I knew that the Lord was my Lord and Savior, but I think giving my life over to Him happened a lot when I was in college, because I was by myself, and seeing the college life that a lot of the kids were living, like I didn't fit in with that, and so it made me want to learn more about Him and be more disciplined. And a lot of the kids would be partying and then show up to church on Sundays, and it's like, well, what makes them different from anybody else? So I think being away from home, going through trials through our marriage, is what really had me seek the Lord a lot more and listen, and just knowing that if I'm in the Lord's will, He's going to take care of me no matter what is going to happen.
I knew who God was. I knew there was a God, but it wasn't a priority in our household. So yeah, family is huge. I think in any Hispanic family is really important, but also not in a lot of good ways. We did everything together. It was partying together, it was drinking together, it was getting in trouble together. And it was kind of like we were really close knit. We took care of each other. Like I said, even in those bad times, my family was really it's about yourself. Make yourself happy. Find that first. Don't worry about what other people say. It's just about what you want. Whatever makes you happy, go for it. After high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, so I kind of kept on living that sort of selfish lifestyle, and until I kind of was in and out of jobs, losing friends, is when I kind of was like, maybe I should go to the military, So that was my first step to kind of leave that environment. But even in the military, I did have some moments where I was like, this can't be it. Just because of that continued lifestyle, even in the military. Coming back to Carisia, just going back to her was kind of like, she's the one that I need to be with. The Lord can use her to bring me to Him.
During that time, I feel like it was hard for me to be vulnerable, and I feel like Ashley was one that I felt comfortable being vulnerable with and telling her everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And being a new wife, my parents were divorced when I was like 5, so I didn't see a marriage, and a godly marriage at that. So I didn't know my role as a wife. So to be able to see Ashley and Brennan and how they live life and their marriage and everything like that, and to have them as an example, that definitely helped me to view things as like, no matter what he's doing, like I need to do what the Lord is asking of me as a wife to do. And having Ashley there to tell me that, and to seek the Lord in what our steps are in our marriage and things like that was, they're just a huge blessing in our lives, and just witnesses to us for sure.
For me, what opened my eyes was really how the Lord used the church, the folks around us at the time. Even though I had done all these dumb things, it was like they were still there, not judging me, not still opening their arms, Yeah, that really changed me. The church, you always hear like, man, the people are so judgy, they're gonna kick you out for what you did. So that was on my mind. I thought if I mess up, they're gonna kick me out of there. But it was folks like Pastor Brennan, Ashley, they were there like, hey, we're here, open arms. So
I got to a point where I was like, I can't change him, and I'm not the one that can change him, but the Lord can. I just was like, well, the only way that I can do that is by walking with the Lord, and him just seeing my walk with the Lord. Like I can't make him go to church. I can't make him believe in the Lord. I can't, but I can show him how. I can show him the love of God. I can show him the grace and the mercy that the Lord provides us freely, and the forgiveness that He gives us on a daily basis. And it's just, and I feel like I would just tell the Lord, I can't change him, but you can. And to see the man that the Lord has made him into be is a testimony in itself, and it's like a blessing to me and to our kids, and just knowing like the father that he is, but because it wasn't always like that, So just knowing that how faithful the Lord is, and how faithful the Lord always is, even through the hard times.
To answer your question, for me, it was that shift of, wow, like them coming into our lives was what we needed, what I needed for sure, because I learned to be transparent. That was all new to me, but he pushed me. He didn't give up on me. He always, as much as I didn't want to hear it, he would call me. He would text me every day, and I wasn't used to that. I wasn't used to somebody holding me accountable. There was never accountability in my life. My dad was there growing up. He did hold us accountable, but it wasn't very spiritual. So to meet Brennan was completely, I've never had this before. I've never had a man like this in my life. So definitely what I needed, especially at the time in our marriage. We were a few months being married, had our first kid on the way. Even at that time, I still wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to be married. Definitely wasn't ready to be a father. I didn't see us going very far in our marriage, if I'm being honest. I always was living selfishly still at the time. To meet Brendan and Ashley was like, they're backing us, they're not gonna give up on us. And as much as I didn't, like I said, I didn't want to hear it, but Brendan was there like, hey, I'm not gonna let you go down this path, no matter what it takes. To know the Lord did that is pretty amazing.